What's going on, world? It's the Sun here with high vibrational information. Today, we're gonna turn up. I got some crazy information for y'all. We about to go in. I just made this little video, a little quick download. You know what I mean? I'm always sitting places and I'm thinking of stuff and I write it down. I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna go back and talk about that topic. But I have to wait until the actual insight comes for me to give it. You know what I mean? I just don't it don't even matter. But today is a special day. The reason why today is a special day, guys, is because we're about to talk about power. We're about to talk about raw power. We're going to talk about what it means to have power over people and be spiritually connected and rich. And we're going to talk about what it has power over to have power over people and be financially rich, okay? And then we're going to talk about the two differences, okay? And then we're going to talk about who really holds power and who doesn't hold power, okay? And who holds power out of real raw love, like divine love, really from just a cosmic source, and really be fruitful in their lives and abundant, right? Like actual shown. And then how you can have the same situation financially, right? So let's get into it. Raw power of having raw power. How do we obtain raw power? Look, guys, this is what it is, all right? Straight up. There's nothing else than what I'm about to tell you guys. The more you go within yourself, right, is the more that you understand yourself, the more you understand yourself, right? It's just like doing anything outside of yourself. The more you study the literature or the rules of the land, right? The more that you do that, the more that you understand the concept and how to work with it or make it better, right? Or even take it down for the worse. That's how you get to understand. So since you get to understand self and what makes you mad, what makes you sad, what makes you happy, what are your passions, have you explored yourself enough to unlock levels within yourself? Because the levels are in yourself. When everybody says, oh, there's levels to this shit, okay, there's levels of everything inside of you, and there's infinite levels on how high you can go. And that's what we mean essentially by when we mean we're in ascension, because we are unlocking levels within ourselves. So to really unlock levels within yourself is to have confidence in yourself. When you gain this confidence from actually doing everything that you set out and you said you were going to do, now having that accomplishment and being there and having people see you do what you want to do, it gives you a power. And it has nothing to do with money, okay? It's personal power, personal abundance. And when I mean abundant, people be like, oh, what is abundance? Abundance can mean my life is full of love. Like the people that I talk to are love. I have weeded out and cut out everybody and everyone in my life that was deceptive, right? So now I live like an abundant where I can be my true self around people in peace, right? I can be my true self around people in peace. That's like the number one greatest thing that you could have, because when you move in this world, everybody's like, you can't trust nobody. I don't know who's who. Like that. Like nobody wants to feel like that. Nobody wants to feel paranoid all the time. Nobody wants to always be aware. Even though, yes, that is the reality that we live in. So I'm not denying that's what it is. But what I'm saying is we all live in different realms. So my realm and me doing spiritual work, or you doing spiritual work and raising and rising your vibration in itself, essentially I escape those lower worlds. You have to understand that there's many worlds that live simultaneously together like this right now, okay? So we are not all on the same dimension. We are not all on the same plane. And everybody lives in a different cycle in a different world, because your perspective on how you understand the outside world and understand the outside world and understand yourself, it will give you altered states of consciousness to where you will raise and rise your mind out of self and have self-awareness. Now, you cannot have self-awareness of self and be inside of self. You have to raise outside of self. You have to be aware outside of self to observe inside of self, and then you look outside from a third perspective and look down, and you have to be able to judge yourself. See, they say God is going to judge you, but no. The organic cosmic law is the law, period. You judge yourself based on your actions. When you came to this planet, okay, when you chose to come to this planet for the organic beings, there are beings that are here that are bots and they're not organic. But for the organic beings, when you came here and you chose this planet and you came in here, you knew, you know what? I'm not even gonna say that. It doesn't even let's let's alter from that. And that's what you call like spiritual attack. Like what just happened right now, like I was channeling a thought and it just stopped because it was gonna like say too much, you know what I mean? But hold on. Alright, so look. The two sides of richness, how we were going back on, is you begin to gain a power, okay? And the power is over your environment. So let's just say I go somewhere and I go to Starbucks. When I walk in the room, my energetic frequency is raised higher than everybody. So when I walk in there, my energy is more powerful than everybody's, and it pushes on people's energy like this, right? And in turn, people subconsciously, because the subconscious mind is actually your conscious mind. The subconscious mind is like, "Ooh, I don't like that," and it puts a shield. And that's why when you walk in these rooms, you'll have these low vibrational people and you have high vibrational people. But I want you to know that's what raw power is when your energy, when they say your energy like so introduces you before you introduce yourself. It's facts, because when you raise and rise your vibration, you get spiritual authority, because the world is spiritual. Like it's a magical world, and they just tried to make you believe that it was a normal world. There's nothing normal about everything that's going on. Even like how we're suppressed, how people are having mental health issues, all these things and dysfunction of the planet is abnormal, and it's not normal. It's more magical, it's more spiritual, it's more abundant, it's more heaven than you actually think. It's the perception on they made us fall because we were in our higher selves, remember? So they got us locked in here, and now we're just consuming and we're lusting and we're doing all these things. And I'm not saying that consuming or lusting or having sex is bad. I'm not saying those things, but the way that we go about it, there are different ways to go about things, and you can still, it's just different perceptions. And it's good perception and it's bad perception, and there's no fucking gray, you know what I mean? It's either good or bad. Like, oh, he did it, like he did it. I didn't know. It's either you had integrity or you didn't. There's no fucking let me give you an excuse on why I couldn't hold integrity. Then why are we even discussing? Because we already know that there was no integrity, right? So being that powerful person and that powerful being is what you receive. The gift that you receive when you are that magnetic and when you are that powerful, and you can just choose to channel and raise the vibration wherever you go, and people, like, doors open up for you, like wherever I go, at least, like, hey, like people like being attracted, right? And then you have financial. Let's talk about the financial side. Let's take the raw power out, because that's the spiritual side, when you have power over people in your environment. And that's when you become real dangerous, because then they can't control you. And then you can tell people, like how I'm on here telling you about how they control people, because they come with these frequencies, and their frequency manipulating, and your body is electricity. So it's just tuned into a frequency, and you don't even know what's going on. Your subconscious mind is picking up all this shit from all around you, mass programming, and is projecting, and you like are locked on the inside, and you don't even comprehend or understand. Not you guys, but the society on where we are right now is locked inside their head, being projected, and they're in the back just watching, like, what's going on? Like, just living their life, just consuming, like, you know what I mean? They're like fucking zombies. So why they're like this, that's how they are connected to the mainframe, okay? Like when I say the mainframe and people be jumping and swapping, you know what I mean? And you never know who is in your presence, right? It's because they have them locked inside, and now they have all of them connected in a fucking sea. Like a brain, how the neurons are all connected. Just like imagine a whole bunch of connections, like, you know what I mean? On a piece of paper, just everywhere connected. And that's how they already got everybody plugged inside of a mainframe and a matrix. That is the matrix, is to be plugged inside of this mainframe that I'm telling you about, where your whole body is controlled, subconsciously pushing, and so you're just consuming whatever is put in front of you. But I'm telling you that you have to raise and rise out of that. And you have to start, if you want to escape that and you're practicing escaping that, you have to understand that you step outside of it. When you step outside, everybody out here that has not stepped outside, that's your enemy, okay? You need to understand and understand that everybody that is outside, that is not doing what you're doing, how they have jumped out, is locked in. Okay? Now you have to understand that that person individually might not want the best. Might not want the worst for you. Okay? That person that's locked in that vessel might not want the worst for you, and look at them like, oh my God, it's my little brother. Like, oh, it's my family member, right? But they're like, they have been taken over. Like, you got to understand that you're not even communicating into them anymore. That is the battle that I'm talking about. That is the spiritual warfare that is going right now, is locking and taking people's souls. Okay? Literally, they're locking these people. They're doing stuff. They're committing all these things against themselves. All these things, when you go, oh, I'm doing this, I'm doing that, you are doing no harm except to yourself. When you harm yourself, you harm the environment, because you are a reflection of the environment. The environment is a reflection of you. It is a reflection. Everything is happening in here being projected out. So you have to understand, when you are out, like I was saying, everybody's plugged in. They're plugged in the matrix, and now you are here and you're in your spiritual self. And that is the war. We're getting everybody that's plugged in that doesn't know. That's what we're fighting right now. We're fighting the war, and we're breaking inside of the mainframe, inside of the system, and breaking in people's minds. Literally, I'm jumping inside of here and breaking in people's minds, and like fucking like pulling shit and shaking shit so the chains can come off of their soul. So then in turn, they can start to take care of their body, take care of themselves, raise and rise their vibration, which ultimately raises and rises the vibration of the environment and their kids and their bloodlines. And that's how everything heals. And that's what we're doing right now. Look at this right now. Confirmation, you know what I mean? And that's where we are right now. It's going up right now. For real, confirmation, that's not even me doing nothing. So as we do that, and we, like, everybody's being, like, right now, that is, like, it's judgment time right now. Judgment is happening right now. Like, all this transpiring, going up, all these moons and these cycles, it gives you time. Like, you don't change a habit in one day. You're going to go through a lunar cycle. You're going to go through. And as you go through, like, those days, 14, 15 days, however many days it is, look at the video, stop, because it's so powerful. As you go through these days, you get out of cycles.